Hello guys, welcome to JavaDevelopers YouTube channel. In previous class, we had read about HTML5 features that covers the semantic tags, audio video tags, and also we covered canvas. Today we are going to discuss about form input validations. Okay, already in our playlist we had completed the forms along with the integration of tables for the maintain proper UI. We had done that, and today we are going to learn about the validations. Just open the VS Code and create one HTML file inside the HTML folder, and then create the boilerplate. Then we go for the forms. How we have to use the forms? By using the form tag we can implement the form, as a form will consisting two attributes, that will be action and method. Actions used for the connecting the backend, that's URLs, and whereas methods will use the purpose of get, put, post, and delete, patch. Okay, these are some of the use cases, and we are going to learn this in our upcoming classes by using the advanced Java topics. Okay, or else we can learn in the Anglo topics. Okay, now we have the label tag for the naming conventions. Okay, without label it's work fine, but it will implement some UI. Let's take input of text. Okay, what is our thing here? We are entering the name. Okay, if you run this code, open with live server, we are going to get username, enter username. Okay, and also we can use the placeholder attribute, right? As well, already we discussed about the placeholder in our previous class. Let's take a button which is type of submit, and you can write like submit. If you go for this, you will get in that. When I click on submit, it was taking the data, right? As a page getting refreshed, that means it was taking the data without filling the username. But my requirement is that it has to accept the submission button only after entering the particular value inside the input. Okay, for that sake we are going to use required. Okay, if I not filling the input value of username, if I go into submit, it will give the one dialog box, please fill out this form field, right? If I enter one digit, it can accept, right? But as a username cannot start or ends with the one digit, it starts with one digit but it cannot be the length of one digit. So you can use like minimum length is 4. Okay, you can use like minimum length is 3. If I enter two digits, up to two digits it won't accept. After the 3 digits only it will accept the input type. Okay, you can also set the max length as you wish based on the requirement. Next, when I come to this page, what is happening? It was not selecting the input by default like this, right? So I want default selection. You will go for autofocus, then it will select the automatically. Okay, here cursor is inside the input as I enter into the page. Okay, and that's all about this validations of required, minimum length, autofocus, and also we have one more thing like pattern. Okay, we can apply the pattern too, and that may be like A to Z, or you can use A to Z. And also if I using this, okay, if I using this A B C D, if I submit, yeah, it was taken, but if I enter numbers, will it take? No. Because of that, we had been told that it will accept, the pattern will accept only the A to Z, not the numbers. Okay, if you include 0 to 9, then it will take the numbers. Okay, if you enter the numbers, it will take the numbers. Okay, that's the use of it. Okay, next, if we go for the password, okay, and pwd, and we can name it like password. Go for the input type, which is password type, and we have one thing, basic beginner level password setting is like by using first one pattern, Okay, you can use required as a mandatory to fill the term like that. But pattern, first thing is about pattern, like it will accept A to Z. Okay, A to Z, here A to Z, and also 0 to 9. Okay, and it should be the length of 4. Minimum length is 4 and maximum should be anything. Okay, if I go for this, okay, if I go for this, username is ABCD and the password as a minimum length we had been given. If I enter 3 digits and submit, it will say that please fill out the batch. Okay, if I enter 4 digits, it will submit. Yeah, it was taking fine because minimum length for the password is 4 and maximum will be wish, right? Then what is the next thing? Um, it's a level, beginner level password. Next we go for the medium level. Using the pattern attribute, we need to set the password at least one capital. It should have at least one capital. Here in the case, it was taking any values you are entering, like it can accept the 4 letters of smaller case, 4 letters of uppercase, or individual 0 to 9, or combination of those. But my requirement is that it should accept one capital letter, at least one should be there, and one lower case, and one should be the digit, and one should be the special character. Okay, for that implementation, let's take normal parenthesis, then use question mark equals to dot of asterisk, then take square brackets, then you can use A to Z. Okay, in a similar way, you can use, instead of small lowercase A to Z, you can use like capital. In the same way, you can use for digits, which is the slash of D. In the same way, you can use like special characters. Okay, what the special characters you want to allow, just write it at the rate, hash, dollar, and asterisk, underscore. These are the parameters I will allow, right? I mean, okay, let's go for, we see the output. What will it say? As an input of name, that should be 4 characters we had given, and I was entering 1 2 3 4 5 6. No, it was not saying. So if you want to set the dialog, we have to use the title attribute. Yeah, one thing we had missed is dot minimum length is 6 and maximum should be anything. Okay, as a title, minimum length is 6 and one uppercase, lowercase, and what is the thing, one uppercase, lowercase, and the digit, and special character. Okay, these are the things. Okay, ABCD. If I enter 1 2 3 4 5 6, it won't take, right? It says like what the title you had written, it says like that. But my requirement is that I need to view this password. I mean, you people don't know how the password is working, right? So I want to view the password what I was entered. That can be possible. Yes, that can possible by using the script. I mean JavaScript. Okay, for that sake, after the form tag, inside the body tag of HTML, you have to use one script tag. Okay, inside that we can write the JavaScript code, but if you want to build the connection between this HTML and this JS, and we need to take this, right? I want to view the password, so I need to take the password field. How you are taking, you can take like by using selectors. As a selectors naming, it suggests both id and class. As id will be indicated by hash and class will be indicated by dot, and id will be for the unique naming. Like if you take the MySQL, you will be having primary key, right, which is not null, and it should be the always unique for the accessing data. In the same way, id will be the same, it should be always unique. As a class, it will allow the duplicates. Okay, what is the id value? That will be pwd, which is a password field. I want to get this password field into JavaScript. That can be possible by using id or the class. Okay, but I was using unique purpose, so I was using the id here. So if I want to get that into the JavaScript, document.getElement by id. Okay, I want to get this particular input element. Okay, but input element based on the id, right? Yeah, what is the id you had given? Password, right? But we need to store that, as we know that variables is a containers that will hold the values, right? And in JavaScript you have let, var, const, or the three variables. We discussed that in deep with the JS, but it's a sake of password view. Okay, then input value is equals to, okay, if I want to take, yeah, I was taking the password. Let assume that user has entered 1234 is the password, that is after entering it was stored here. But if you want to provide view, I mean what the user has been entered, it has to show on web page. We have to use the value. Okay, value should be used. Okay, we will see that after removing the value what will happen on the web page. And next I have taken the password, I have catched in input value, but I want to display it, right? It needs some help to display that particular value 1234. I have taken, it was holded in my pocket, but I want to show you, right? For that sake, it need one tag. I was taken span or paragraph or heading, what you want you can take it. And same in the same way, I want to view that show area or show. Okay, next, what is the thing I want to do here? You need to say like output value document or get element, which is show, and value is not required here. Okay, after that the value 1234 stored in input, but I want to show that in the output, right? And then I have to build a connection between input and output here. Okay, just take output value dot inner text. Okay, inner text, which is from input value. That means as a 1234 stored in the input value. Okay, and that we are sending to the output that is inside of this p. Okay, it will show like 1234 when the user enters. Let's assume if the user enters 1234 as an input value that's stored, and it will provide the inner text in the output tag. Okay, that is 1234, that can be viewed by using dot value. Okay, yeah, but always it has been changing, right? We need to use an event. So on input, it's an event. When modifications has been taken place, it will active. Then we have to take the function, that is show password. It's a function name. Okay, show password is a function that will work based on the event. I mean, we are entering the password, we are modifying the password. Okay, and that can be catched every event. I mean that in every changing, right? Just place these three lines inside that function. It's a function syntax in the JS, like function declaration, function name. What is the function name we had given? Show password, and then curly braces, then write the code. Okay, if you go for this, okay, sorry, yeah, ABCD. If I enter ABCD 1 2 3 4, if I go for accept, no, it won't accept because you not included the special characters. If I include the special characters, that will accept. Okay, now it will take the submission. Okay, that's the use. It's a medium or high level password we are used in the pattern format, and every time we are catching the event, changing in the modifications, and when the modification has been taken place, it will trigger the event and it will go inside the function, and the modification will read by value. If you remove the value, what is happening here? You will get like object ABCD like object HTML input element. Okay, you have to use the value dot value. Okay, yeah, that's all about how to view the password. If you don't know about the JS, you can wait. I mean, after further classes we are going to discuss JS in depth. Okay, yeah, after completing the password we go for the email. Just label for email, and you can also give the name as email, and we can go for input like email. Okay, email will consisting the predefined pattern. If you go for the browser and search like a email pattern, you will get that. Okay, but we are not taking much, we are just using the required here, which is mandatory to make it ABCD. Okay, I want to remove this pattern every time I have to enter while the form is changing. Okay, yeah, ABCD, and email is like Virat 18@gmail.com. Yeah, if I enter this, yeah, it was taking. But one thing, if I enter Virat, if I submit, it won't take. 1 minute. ABCD. If I submit, it won't take because it must come by default. We should enter @gmail.com. After that, only it will take. Okay, that's the use of female. And what is the next thing? Next thing is about phone number label. You can use num, as we know that number, which is the phone number. And if you go for input, you can use tel for that. Type is tel, and we can also say like pattern. Okay, what is the pattern? 0 to 9. Okay, it must be 10 digits. Okay, that's only the thing. BR into 2. Okay, ABCD or BACD. Okay, nothing. Virat @gmail.com. Next, if I enter, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, which is a 9 digits, it won't accept. It has to enter 10 digits. Okay, based on the number of digits, you can set that. Okay, if I go for submit, yeah, it was taken. And after that, age. Okay, label for age, and we have the age, we have the input type, which is number, and I want to set min is equals to 18 and max is equals to 120. That means it will accept the minimum range as 18. Before that 18. Okay, let's come for up. Let's hold up this email, yeah, and let's hold up these two. Okay, ABCD. If I enter 17, will that accept? No, because minimum value is 18. It will take the 18. And if you enter what? If you enter 140, will that accept? No, because the maximum value we had entered is 120. Okay, that's all about the age concept. And next, we go for the label for files, and we have the files, and then input type. What is input type? We take for exactly for the type, we take file, right? As by default it will accept only the one file. Okay, we lose that. Okay, just go to the page, and if I want to choose some files, okay, just go for, if I want to choose two, but it was not taking, right? It was taking accepting only the one thing. Okay, but I want multiple files to be accepted, so you could use like multiple. If I go for that, and if I take both the files, it was accepting right now. Yeah, two files has been selected. Okay, next, if I go for submit, yeah, But you can also use like accept equals to dot jpeg, I mean file type like dot jpeg comma dot docs, okay, dot slash of image, sorry, image slash of asterisk, okay, you can use like this too. Okay, next, if you take something, if you want to uh, disable something, okay, if I want to disable, like I think it's that one input has to be disabled, like text, you can use like disable, okay, I mean you can't do anything here, the input tag is disabled, remaining all are active, just like look at this. Yeah, it was taking the input but it was disabled case. Okay, next, if we go for checked game gaming, and if I go for input type checkbox, if I want to set that by default like agree terms, okay, if I go for that, if I used without checked, it was we have to select this and then we have to submit. But if you use checked, what is the thing, it already checked, right? By default it will check that. Okay, see here, difference is like this. Yeah, next, what is other thing we have? Like we know that already, we know about the select. If you want to get the drop down, we are going to use the select and inside that option into 3. Okay, as a select, before that we can use label for countries, and you can use like countries. Okay, next, you can paste that and you can use like ind Europe, France, Europe, next India, right? If I go for that, no, okay, if I want to select, you can select anything that is presented within the drop down, that's only the thing, right? And you can set the default to, that is select option. Okay, you can select the option like India. Okay, we are selecting within the drop down names, right? What I want to do, we have the another type, like if you go for label for courses, and we have the courses, and if you go for input type, okay, list equals to courses, okay, and then we have one data list, okay, data list, and inside that data list we will be having the option of into 3 like HTML, okay, HTML, CSS, and JS. Okay, as a beginner level they are mandatory, right? Yeah, if you go for here, yeah, we need to connect this input type and data list by using the id, what the list name you had given, value had been passed, same value has to be passed, then you will get the particular list selection. If you want to include a new one like React JS, you can include and you can submit. Okay, the main difference is that as a select and options, we will select within the drop down, but here if we want another type, we can write it and we can include the new things. Okay, yeah, this is about validations. If anything is missing, I mean, we will design like we'll be having the password cases like confirm password, right? I mean, as a user enters its username, email, password, and then he will enter the same password for the confirmation type, which is another input type, and that we can done in our upcoming class. And if you have any doubts regarding this, just be comment me below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel.